So in this video, I want to talk about the Elven wisdom on transforming the dark into the light. I definitely am a big believer in the idea that we all come from the light. We all come from the good source of creation, but somewhere along the way, things turn a bit in some people's souls. They become so hurt and suffer so much that it can corrupt them if they allow it to. And if they also are somebody who is brought up in an environment that after a while it just really starts to turn their soul of who they are. I do believe that if a soul can turn onto the dark side, they also can turn back onto the light side. So I wanted to talk about that. The elves know by their sixth sense that something is wrong in the world. And when there is talk about how there is no such thing as the dark, for many of us, we know it exists as much as the light. My path actually was through the darkness of this world, myself and others, that I found the light calling me home. I feel great balance or inner strength as an elven one in knowing the darkness exists in others, but choosing to follow the ways of the light. I don't pretend that it does not exist. For if I deny its existence, it grows even stronger in order to eliminate or transform. The darkness exists for a temporary time during our waking life in order to test and to teach us, and in order to climb up the ladder of consciousness. If everything was made of light and all things light, there would be no need to learn anything ever again. All wisdom would be known, and this is the realm of the Godhead, or Eru Iluvatar to Tolkien. So the darkness does exist in order to teach us what the light is, and remember, home, where we all come from. Oft hope is born when all is forlorn. J.R.R. Tolkien. From a scientific standpoint, there is no color in darkness. Pure black is just the absence of light. Light is really symbolized as illumination of the truer and more beautiful reality that what being in darkness shows you. So yes, the darkness exists as many people are not illuminated, yet in knowledge to understand what the light really is. But many are awakening and learning, and it's exciting times to live in. I wanted to clarify and really set the objective truth free about what the darkness is in the world that is threatening to spread and become out of balance with the good. But of course, I will end with the light in the world in order to show you hope is still very much present and strong. 7 sins of darkness in the world needed to be transformed into light today. Number 1, sloth. Society really needs to work on this. If people would just pick up a historical book or cultural book every now and then to broaden understandings of one another, there would be so much more peace. Also, laziness is a hardship on those who really need a hand in this world. An elf is not lazy. We love to relax and recharge, but the motivation to move forwards is a strong draw within us. Legolas was constantly ready to help, never wanting to sit back when his services were needed. Becoming elven-like with a sense of urgency to help, heal, and move forwards towards dreams in life will bring anyone more fulfillment and transform the sin of sloth into purpose. Number 2, gluttony. I just saw a meme that shows one country is starving while Americans try to find more ways to lose weight. Gluttony is truly excessive feeding over necessary needs. This can lead to emotional problems as well as health ones, but more importantly, it can lead you into this insatiable appetite to always have more and never be content. An elf, no matter the size, starts to realize what is necessary for the body and what is overindulgence, like the hobbits or the dwarves love to do. It does not make an individual evil, but on a large scale in society, it can lead to some deep-rooted issues that do threaten the act of charity and feeding the needy. An elf learns to move from gluttony to contentment. Number 3, envy. One of the more difficult emotions to deal with. This is where a person feels a lack that the other one has. It has caused so much murder and cruelty in the world. This is why Melkor first destroyed the Undying Lands in the Silmarillion, being envious of the elves and Valar. This is truly a problem in the world where trolling, insulting, and harming others verbally has become the norm. Words do create energy, so this is something that a person has to learn how to recognize when you are either doing it or a victim of envy. An Elven one will be able to spread their light, but then appreciate and recognize the unique light within another. We each have unique lights as part of the unity, and when we get to this place, we transform envy into self-love. Number 4, wrath. As I write this, I know too well my own power of anger at the evil in the world. My wrath has been great, and I have thrown things around after seeing the news and events, crying myself into a ball of anger and hatred. But some people have allowed their anger to truly harm others and create whole wars and genocides of people. Children are so quick to hit back in anger when hit first. It is the first emotion one goes to without rational thought. Anger is truly the imbalance of the fire element in all elemental beings. It is the emotion of Sauron towards Middle-earth in the Tolkien wisdom as all fire and no other elements inside to balance the fire within. Anger is something that can become positive energy and can be used as passion to create change when injustice is seen or innocents are harmed. An elf knows the great balance needed to focus this anger to go from wrath to peaceful warrior within. Number 5, lust. One of the great issues in the world that causes so much pain is lusting over anything, whether a person or thing, causes great suffering while feeling a lack within. If lust becomes out of hand, it could harm another person out of passion and violence. Lust really is not love. It is a temporary moment of coveting something and wanting to entrap it for yourself. Sometimes lust can be equally balanced between two people, but that takes mutual respect and real love. When you lust after something, you stalk, rape, take, trap, imprison, and abuse something. When you love something, you can let it be free to love you back. An elf must learn the fine art of transforming or balancing lust with love. Number 6, greed. The root of all evil in the societal structures of society today. This is why we have such an imbalance of wealth, because of the greed of those living at the top of the pyramid. The problem with greed is it is a bottomless pit that you cannot fill. When your heart opens up to greed, it allows you to do great evil in order to obtain whatever you desire for yourself. Altruism is the opposite and the true path of the light, in discovering that when you give to others what you want for yourself, you in turn do give to yourself, something that cannot be measured, but it becomes part of you and adds to you. An elf must keep from having insatiable greed and be charitable and learn how to already feel complete. Number 7, pride. I saved the hardest one for last and most deadly one of all. It truly is a spiritual battle within. An elf can easily fall into this realm of pride because of reaching higher consciousness and wisdom. Melkor, who was once an Anur of Eru, felt this most about his discord he created in music. But when you balance all other parts, you don't feel a superiority towards others and inside feel unique, but equal. An elf's pride is replaced here by unity consciousness. I hope this helps you understand a little bit more with examples of how we have darkness in the world and how it can be transformed into the light. With hard work, effort, all have the potential to always transform. Han and Lei for listening. I'll see you in the next video.